It feels like ever since Doechii won the Grammy for Best New Artist, she's been getting a ton of hate and a ton of industry plan accusations. And honestly, as somebody who's been listening to Doechii for about 5, 6 months now, I can't really get behind any of this. And I sort of want to make a video talking about it. So we're not going to go too deep into the intro. I'm going to try to get right into the video. So make sure you subscribe so you never miss a future upload. And let's get right into the video. So Doechii won a Grammy a couple weeks ago, and a big shocker to everybody, to a lot of people, considering that she was up against the likes of Future and Metro. And a lot of people were saying that this is just another industry plant that, oh, I've never heard a Doechii record. Oh, I don't know who this is. This is just the breathing in and out girl, the hyperventilating girl. Like, bro, what kind of narrative is this, bro? Doechii has been doing her thing for a while now. There's been a long buildup in Doechii's career. And granted, I only found her album, Alligator Bites Never Heal, back in October, September, and started listening to it. It came out in August. So obviously, the past 6 months have been huge for Doechii, as she's been catapulted up to mainstream stardom. And even as somebody who's been listening since September, I can see it. You can see the growth just in real time on a daily basis. And all her records are going up in streams, all her interviews, all her performances are going up in views. And a lot of people, when you get to a certain height and people don't see the buildup, they're automatically going to assume that you're an industry plant. And bro, just for Doechii, that's not the case. As somebody who doesn't know I don't claim to know everything about Doechii and know the whole deep dive of everything she's ever done, but just looking at her background and just doing a little bit of digging, bro, you can see that Doechii has been grinding for years. If you go to her YouTube channel, she was a YouTuber before she was even she was making music. She was making covers and stuff, but she was posting to YouTube. She was posting vlogs, just regular videos and stuff, and doing her thing on YouTube before she was ever signed to TDE, before she ever had a hit record. So she's been doing her thing for a long time now, and it's all documented. You can see her high moments of making great records. You can see her low moments of getting fired from a job. Like, everything is documented, bro. And that's the thing. A lot of people have lost touch of what an industry plant is. And let's look back in history to 2018 and 2019. Look at Jumex. Jumex was an industry plant. That's a prime example of an industry plant. They scrubbed anything from the internet from before he blew up and just try to make it all seem organic. But with Doechii, that's not the case. Everything is there. Everything is documented. You can go find everything about Doechii's career and come up online. There's nothing to hide. You can see that she's been grinding and she's been working hard for the past 10 plus years. And honestly, bro, from her, I don't know how much Doechii gets on Twitter, but from her perspective, it's got to be really offensive for people just to be calling her an industry plant or saying that she's given all these accolades, being that she's worked so hard for everything that she has. It just sucks to see for an artist of her talent and her skill level. But what else? A lot of people are going to automatically assume somebody's an industry plant because they've never heard of them or because they've never seen them. And the thing with Doechii's case is that a lot of people have heard of Doechii's music without knowing who Doechii is. Like, I heard What It Is long before I knew who Doechii was. It was a trending sound on TikTok, but a lot of sounds, you tend to go find the artist and listen to the song. But for this sound, it just felt like I just didn't want, I don't know, maybe this record just wasn't for me. I just never looked up the artist, but I'm sure that's the sentiment for a lot of people. I just wasn't the demographic for the song, I guess. But I never went to look up Doechii when I first heard What It Is. I just was never inclined. And then once I heard a song from Alligator Bites Never Heal, I was like, oh, let me dive into this. No, I think I'm lying. The way I found out about Doechii was I saw somebody comparing her to someone else on Twitter, and I was like, oh, this is pretty hard. Let me go check it out. And I listened to the first song. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And bro, the whole album goes crazy. If you haven't heard Alligator Bites Never Heal, definitely go stream it. But I'm going off on a tangent a little bit. Back to the point, Doechii, bro, there's just no way that she could be an industry plant. She didn't sign to TDE until she already had some motion. She was already doing her thing and building up her fan base and already had a couple viral hits on TikTok. So for her to be an industry plant, bro, it just doesn't make sense. I feel like a lot of people are just losing touch with the term industry plant because an industry plant, bro, they're virtually unknown before they're marketed to the masses. And obviously Doechii already had a buzz going, but an industry plant is, you can sense how inauthentic it is. We've seen a lot of industry plants, and granted, there's a lot of industry plants going around right now that have been planted into the industry, but people just accept it. I don't see the outrage. Granted, there was outrage about Four Bats when he first came up, but I don't see the outrage about Four Bats now, and he's doing his thing. He's successful. And it's crazy that there's artists that are industry plants. There's a lot of artists that are faking streams, but when you actually get like a talented young rapper who's been putting in the work, and you can tell that she loves hip hop, bro. You can tell that she studies this shit, that she's not just going into the booth and recording. You can tell that she's grew up listening to hip hop. And a lot of artists, you can't say that for anymore, bro. There's a lot of artists that just rap for a bag. And that's just crazy to me, bro, because how are you going to have a profession in something that you just don't really have interest? I guess that's a lot of people. But, bro, it's just crazy to see, because from the outside looking in, Doechii seems like somebody who works really hard and really crafts great music, bro. Doechii has some of the best music out, and it's crazy because she is more talented than a lot of rappers out right now. And it's just crazy to see her being discredited this much on Twitter, and a lot of people are like, oh, she's just a copy of Nicki. Bro, she's one of the first artists that grew up listening to Nicki, bro. She's 25, 26 years old. She grew up listening to Nicki Minaj. Anybody in this era of our age grew up listening to Nicki Minaj. Obviously, music is an influential thing. You're gonna gain influence from other artists, especially early in your career when you're young. So it's no surprise that she has some influence from Nicki. What are we talking about here, bro? Obviously, she's going to have a little bit of influence from here. It's not like she's dead biting every song, and people put up these little 3-second clips of a Doechii song and a Nicki song sounding the same, and they transition to another song where a Doechii song and a Nicki song sound the same, and they do that for like 10 different songs. It's just 3-4-second clips. And, bro, it just makes it look a lot worse than what it is. No pun intended. Haha. But it's just crazy to me, bro. I don't think Doechii is anywhere near an industry plant. I don't think she's intentionally copying Nicki. I think she's just in her lane, doing her thing, making great music. And shout out to TDE, because they're putting her in a great position to succeed. She's doing all these performances. She's on Genius. She just did Tiny Desk not too long ago. They are positioning her in a great position for her next album to sell way more than what it's sold with Alligator Bites Never Heal. And that's another thing, is people are attributing 11K first week sales to her being an industry plant. Yes, she sold 11K first week, but what does that matter, bro? We've seen numerous artists have low first week sales and then go on to get crazy nominations and crazy accolades. We've seen it with Corday with From a Bird's Eye View. He wasn't popping when he dropped that, and then he was Grammy nominated. I don't remember if he won a Grammy, but he was Grammy nominated for that album, and there's no outrage. Look at the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, bro. She wasn't the biggest artist in the world when the album initially dropped, and then just the quality of the music carried it over time. And yes, that was a different era in music, and that wasn't in the streaming era, but this is exactly the case with Doechii, bro. Look at Chaperone. She was not nearly as big as she was when she was dropping her album back in 2023, and now she's one of the biggest pop stars in the world, bro. It's just the quality of the music that carries you. And I don't want to hear the argument that, oh, she doesn't have a smash hit record, she doesn't have a top 10 Billboard hit. Bro, it's the quality of the music, also with the right placements, the right marketing. She's gotten a feature with Tyler, the Creator. She got a feature with Katy Perry. She is doing her thing, bro. Like, I don't know what else you guys want me to tell you. There's literally no evidence of her being an industry plant, of her having any industry connections prior to her being signed. She was just been a product of hard work, doing her thing, and just grinding for the past 10 plus years. I don't know what to tell you. And it's just crazy to me, bro, that people can chalk up and just discredit somebody just because, oh, I never heard of them, or oh, I think their music's mid. Like, bro, just appreciate the music. Doechii is one of the most talented artists out right now. I haven't, honestly, in the past 5 years, I haven't seen an artist that is as talented as Doechii all the way around, bro. She can make pop hits, she can make rap hits. She can really do it all, and she's cemented herself as somebody who's going to stay for the next 10 to 15 years. So this industry plant narrative is going to blow over eventually. I think there's still going to be sprinkles of comments in for years to come of people calling her an industry plant, but realistically, there's no validity to it. It's just a lot of people on Twitter talking, and I don't see any evidence of her being an industry plant. I'm 100% positive that she's not an industry plant, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe she is an industry plant. Maybe she does have some industry connection. Maybe she's Kendrick Lamar's cousin, like Baby Keem. Who knows, bro? Nothing is confirmed or denied. That's just my opinion. I could be dead wrong, but what do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I'd love to start a discussion with you guys below. What do you guys think of Doechii's music? Do you enjoy her music? Do you listen to Doechii? Have you heard Alligator Bites Never Heal? And do you plan on listening to future Doechii music? I know she probably has an album coming out this year, honestly. With how much hype is around her name, I doubt that TDE won't capitalize off of that, but you know how TDE artists are. They don't drop that consistently. So we'll see how that goes. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. My name is Ron. I upload 3 to 4 videos on hip-hop every week. I'm uploading daily right now for the next 30 days. So we're on day 4 right now. So remember to like the video, subscribe so you never miss an upload. Go check out the other uploads from the past couple of days. Let me know what you think of them. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.